Just the other day, I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to spend some time with Stephen M. R. Covey. And in our conversation about trust from his research and book, The Speed of Trust, I was delighted to hear him actually debunk a myth that there is about trust, which is that trust cannot be taught. Yes, trust can be taught. And what we know about thinking preferences in the brain can help you understand how you might be able to build trust more effectively. Because at the end of the day, lack of trust actually costs us money. It costs us time, and it creates frustration. So, for the purposes of today's little video, I'd like you to be thinking about a trust issue that you might have. What is it that you really need to feel trust with someone else? Our data has shown that based on an individual's thinking preference, there are folks who really need to have that sense that the person that they're talking to knows their stuff, that they are clear and direct, and that they're getting the facts, that they're not beating around the bush, and that they can really trust that this person is giving them the facts as they really exist. That may be something that you can relate to as you think about the people that you interact with. If this is a need, make sure that you ask for it as you're looking to interact with other people so that you can help facilitate that trust process. There are others, based on our research, that really need to feel like they can rely on the individual they're talking to, that they will come through, that they're not going to overpromise and then underdeliver and catch them off guard. So part of where that can come into play is to make sure that you commit to things that you can actually deliver, or that you make it very clear that that's important to you and that that's a critical lever for you in terms of your relationship with this person. Somebody else might be a little looser on timelines and details, and they might not think it's that important. So if you need that to feel trust, make sure the other person knows. Then, for others, it might be something that's more about the relationship. Do you really understand my point of view? Have you listened to me? Are you being really authentic in your interaction with me? And making sure that that connect is really there. So there's kind of almost an emotional component to this. And if you feel like you need to have that connection and that the person really gets you, test out for it. Ask them questions. Make sure that you get that validation, that they get your point of view, and that they value who you are as a person. And that will definitely facilitate your ability to kind of get that trust connection. And then finally, I've seen others who really need to feel like they can have the total freedom to be who they are and have ideas that are quite different, perhaps, than your ideas. And they really require somebody to have an open mind to build trust, to feel like they can be safe being who they are. And without that, they kind of hold back. And if that's really true for you, then you might want to articulate that as you're interacting with others. Test for that. Have some dialogue around it and make sure that the other person understands that ability to accept you as you really are and the freedom to think differently is really important for you. I have found that when people are very clear about what they need to feel trust, they can get it and not get caught off guard or not get frustrated because they're kind of second guessing where the other person is coming from. So I recommend that you own that trust relationship for yourself. And if you feel like somebody else that you're interacting with is not trusting you, pay attention to these clues and see if you can respond to what may be their needs for you to demonstrate that, yes, in fact, you are giving them the straight facts, or yes, you are going to deliver and come through, or you really do understand who they are and have that authentic connection. Or yes, indeed, you are open to other ideas and they do have the freedom to be exactly who they are. And chances are you will get that trust connection and save yourself a lot of frustration. Try it. It works.